Gentlemen, yeah, that works, I guess. Welcome to North Sports Dynasty. It is another episode and another week, and I fucked up my camera. It's all good. Oh, no, it's now a little bit off there. Hold on. There we go. That's not too bad. I'll fix it after. Welcome to North Sports Dynasty. I am one half of your host, Mr. Andrew Faubert, La Foobs. And this is the other half, the better half, the more calm half. The half that people are like, hey, this guy knows his shit. Let's get him on shows. He doesn't yell like the others.
I mean, I kind of did on, was it Thursday?
Oh, yeah,
when we all got going? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did. When I was hounded for my Chase Young take.
Yeah, and I tried to defend you, and it did not go well.
Yeah, people really, and then it was funny. Like, I go and I search, because I was like, was I just that high? Was I just that high, ladies and gentlemen, like I am on all shows? So I went and I searched, and like all rankings, it was like, Washington football team, Bucks. Washington football team, Bucks. It was Bucks, Washington football team a couple of times, but like more Washington football team. I was like, oh, okay, nope, making sure I wasn't that high. But this is another edition. This is our 19th episode together of season 3. Wow. Season 2 wraps up at the 24th episode, or season 3, wraps up at the 24th episode. And that's how I, was doing it before. So we're going to cancel it again. And then basically when football season and training camp and the dynasty season is all literally starts in 1 week, that's when we go to season 4. And we start going from episode by episode to then until we get another full season going. And to all of our fans who have been tuning in, we thank you. So
yes.
This is one of the reasons why we decided to give you a nice big episode like this today. And that is basically just having guests who are going to be joining us here in a couple of minutes. First, let me get the betting lines down. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share the shit out of this show, ladies and gentlemen. How the hell did I just say a bunch of S's like that without spinning everywhere? Yeah, subscribe to us. YouTube, we got a couple of more. That was awesome. I checked this morning.
Awesome.
We also got a couple more followers. I appreciate you guys. Remember to get your expansion draft ready. All the players, they're due tonight, 8 o'clock. So that means in the next 3 days, you're going to be able to get your teams ready. Send it to us. Send your list, and you will be able to win the signed Owen Nolan jersey, which I know today. Alex has it. Yes. Show everybody.
So, Nolan.
Yeah.
And the signature. It's upside down. There we go.
Yeah. And then
it does have the C on it.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yep.
Very nice. It also has the certificate of authentication. If you want to win that, is right there. And if you want to win that, we will send it down to you. I literally just looked down the other day and realized that I did not send off all the stuff that people have won before. And no one's messaged me about it, so they're not mad. So I'm going to literally send that off on Friday. Plain and simple. No more ifs, ands, or buts. I've screwed the pooch on that, and I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. So we got the betting lines down there. We got ourselves it's New Hampshire 301 300-mile race. A couple of guys in there. Denny Hamlin still looking for his first win. Chase Elliott, obviously a big favorite.
That's another good parlay for the fights. Man, you were so close on that last one.
I know.
You got 2 out of 3. And Hardy almost had him.
I know. And then
he had him caught, and then Tuivasa just threw that uppercut and caught him. I was sitting there, I was like, damn, he's gonna get this. And then I was like, oh. I thought maybe I had it too. It was a good one. It was a good one. But yeah, so that fight parlay, I took a look this morning. I put in that bet. That was the odds that I can get you at right now. It may get better. It may get worse. We're not exactly sure. But plus 397 for those 3 right there is pretty good odds. The only underdog and to have Makachev in there is holy.
Yeah, to be able to get that type of money with Makachev still is good. All right, so these guys have been waiting in the lobby. They're going to join us while we do the news, so we can give them a introduction. I can put their introduction down here on the ticker as well. We are joined by fantasy analyst and guru, Mr. Adam Perdomo Rivera, right?
Yes, sir. How you fellas doing?
Not too bad,
Doing
buddy.
Great, man. How about you?
Doing good. It's an honor. Thank you for inviting me on the show. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thank you for actually coming on.
Yes.
We know that people don't necessarily like Canadians. No, I'm just kidding. This is a show that I was actually, hoping to get you and another guy that you're co-host on. I know he's a little bit busy today, but we still give a shout out to Alex Dado. Is it Dado or Dado?
Dado.
It is Dado. Okay, so Alex Dado, shout out to you as well. We were hoping to get you on for a mock draft, and we'll get you on for the 4.0 because you got your co-host here today, Adam Perdomo, for the 3.0. We're going to get to that here in a bit right after the news. And we're also going to get the NFL show or NFL edition of the Bucks Reports show. Or one half of that technically, because the other half is to my.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, yeah, first try. I'm proud of you.
Oh, that's never going to happen again. I didn't even touch a pen. I'm not even touching a pen today either. I'm not dropping nothing. All right. We got Johnny Dean from the NFL show. His other co-host, Deuces Up Deadpool. Johnny, you are muted, just to let you know. Okay, just making sure. How you doing today, brother?
Okay, man. Deuces up, bro.
Deuces up. Good old Super Bowl. Adam Perdomo for all the fans out there as well. You guys know how we do it on this show. We do not exclude any fans except for the Saints. And on this show, we include everybody, and we love to get all the different fans out there. He is a big Giants fan, and he's a big New York Yankees fan. I wanted to say this when we were in the back there. New York Yankee fans, a lot of people think they're cocky and stuff like that. It's hard to not when you've come to be that fan and you've won all those World Series. It's like a Montreal Canadiens. Like, yeah, you lost one, but we still got 23 Stanley Cups, which they use against us all the time here. Oh, did Kyle say that?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Everybody also knows what to say into the chat. You know what to do. My lovely thing.
Our main guy is here.
He'll say it. I know he will. Everybody drop in your fuck Ken Holland. Drop that in there. What was the other ones I said last week? Too?
Hashtag San Diego, San Diego Padres.
Hashtag San Diego Padres for the pretty lady. Yeah.
What were
the other two?
Fuck Corey Perry and Corey Perry's a bitch.
Corey Perry's a bitch and fuck Corey Perry. Those are the other two hashtags that are popular. I'm gonna put those into the edit. Say yes.
I'm not gonna miss one.
No, dude. And the thing is Oiler fans are going to start seeing that trending out here. They're going to think that it's me hating on the Oilers. And I'm like, no, I just hate him because he went to your Oilers.
And we're going to talk Ken Holland here in a bit in my news.
Oh, yes. That's all. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's going to be so good.
Is this going to be another double rant?
No.
We'll see. It might be.
I'm not an Oilers fan. Like, and there's no rant. I can't rant about failure, man.
Kyle, to answer your question, I don't think they're going to have the money for it.
No, they can't. And
because I was looking into it. And if they re-sign the guys they need to, like Puljujarvi, Yamamoto, all that, even if they put Clefbaum on long-term IR, they only have like $8 million.
See, that's actually even more than I thought. I thought they would only have like 4.97 based off of cap friendly, but
that's almost exactly what they have before he goes on LTIR.
Gotcha. Okay, so man, and Landeskog wants 9 or 10, and surprisingly, the Maple Leafs can actually give him that. And I'm like,
they're gonna fuck themselves even more, though.
But at the same time, too, they might be like, you know what, might win us the Stanley Cup.
They still need a second goalie. They still need some middle tier defenseman.
3 lines. 3, not 2.
Please no.
3.
Let him go to Seattle.
Teresa's working it, man.
What's that?
Teresa's working it.
What you got here? You should see the message I posted on my feed, just trying to bring in the football participants. Hey, listen, man. We'll have them coming in here. We'll got them coming in. This is a night. We like the sports show. I like the sports show.
I gotta thank my friend here. He just gave me some more breaking news to add to.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what
we're doing. Do the music.
Then. We're going to put the banner up. We're going to get you going up here. Where's the banner? There it is. Boom. All right. Let's get you going. Give us some news.
All right. So we'll start with the NFL. I've only got NFL and NHL, the rest of the leagues. Well, I'll throw in a quick MLB one with the All-Star game there.
Yep.
But yeah. Falcons have terminated Barkevius Mingo's contract after his arrest for child indecency.
Bye.
Yeah, he's never going to play again. Wasn't that great to begin with, but never going to play again. Aaron Rodgers with the whole holdout thing, he says in the next couple of weeks it'll all be figured out, or that's his plan at least. The Washington football team is getting their new name in 2022. Their team president has come out and said it will not be named the Warriors because they want to get as far away from the indigenous image as possible, which I thought the Warriors was the best name that they had personally, but the Lions...
Red Wolves is kind of cool, but yeah.
That one is good too.
Yeah.
Some good Lions news for once. So
what?
And it's like old Lions news.
Oh.
So they went back and looked at the stats and kind of pushed it back they pushed it back another like 25 years. So they went and watched the tape and kind of collected all the stats. We unofficially have a new sack leader for a single season sack record.
Oh.
And it is Lions pass rusher Al Bubba Baker. Ooh. He had, in his rookie season in 1978, he had 23 sacks.
Wow.
So, unofficially, your new sack king is Al Bubba Baker.
It's still unofficial.
Yeah.
Unofficial. Thank you.
Because they're looking at tape. So, it's just kind of like, oh, yeah, that was a sack. That was a sack. Like, so... You miss some, you get some extra ones.
Unofficial. Remember
what year was that from?
1978.
Unofficial.
Okay, so wait till I started looking through Leroy Selmans and stuff.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, for now, it's the unofficial. So a couple retirements here. Roosevelt Nix, the old Steelers fullback, and Ted Ginn Jr., the wide receiver that's been on multiple different NFL teams. They both retired this past week. They both had good careers, not special careers, but the Titans Ring of Honor is getting 3 new members this fall. Bum Phillips, Jeff Fisher, and Floyd Reese. Obviously the Richard Sherman arrest is one of the bigger stories in the NFL this week.
Of course.
So if you've been living under a rock and don't know what happened,
oh boy,
Richard Sherman's was arrested for burglary, domestic violence, resisting arrest, and malicious mischief. If you haven't heard the 911 call or seen the Ring like video clip, you should definitely go take a look.
Yeah, that was.
He's been released, pled no guilty to the 4 or 5 misdemeanors, whatever it was. We'll see what ends up happening there. Mm-hmm. The big Bucs news that came out this week. Tom Brady played the entire season on a torn MCL and still managed to win the Super Bowl.
Hey, Johnny, quick question for you.
What's that?
Did at any point in time this season, did you hear Tom Brady bitch about his damn leg?
No.
Cool. Hey, Adam. At any point in time this year, did you hear the Buccaneers ever really bring up or Tom Brady bring up this MCL problem?
Absolutely not.
No.
That could potentially be an issue, though.
Oh, why, Alex?
Because in their rules, you have to state pretty much any injuries, whether they're playing or not. And obviously, this is just being released now, so they didn't state it during the season. So it'll be interesting to see what the NFL does here. They always love to punish Brady for some reason.
Yeah.
So look for fines probably to come the Bucs' way and Brady's way. Another good thing for the Bucs. Aints defensive tackle David Onyemata is suspended 6 games for PEDs. He says he doesn't know what he put into his body, or doesn't know what caused the positive test. I think you should know everything that goes into your body and know what
to be honest,
pass or not.
To be honest, sometimes you get those products like Nutrigenics and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that can cause you to fail a drug test for steroids, human HGH, and stuff like that. But Umanata also stated that he had everything that he took investigated and lab analyzed.
Yeah.
So
and
we don't play the Saints until week 8, right?
Right. So there ain't no excuse for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will probably still get them, but that sucks.
It'd be nice to get them before that though. Because,
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Jerks. All right, bro. What else you got?
So the last NFL bit here, just the vaccination thing. So 13 teams are above 85% vaccinated. There is still 2 teams below 50%. I don't know what the teams are, but it'll be interesting to see because the more obviously you have vaccinated, the easier restrictions you have. Moving over to the NHL, Pierre Maguire, he's one of the TV broadcasters, normally sits between the 2 benches there.
So dumb.
He is now the Senior Vice President of Player Development by the Ottawa Senators.
The president of running them into the ground.
I mean, can they go much further into the ground?
I mean, they got good prospects, but we're probably going to trade them for Alfredson's son. Like, let's be real here.
Oh. So, in
of an organization. Sorry, go ahead.
What I thought was a absolutely shocking move. Parise and Suter of the Minnesota Wild, Zach Parise, Ryan Suter, they were bought out by the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
It's a huge cap hit the next year or couple years. It's up around like 13, 14 million. And then it drops off to about 5 million total for a few years. And then there's a few years where it's like $1.5 million, something like that.
Yep.
But these guys are still on the books until 2029 because of this.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. This is almost Rick DiPietro-esque.
Right? Oh, it's so bad for them.
Yeah. One of the better goalies of since I started watching hockey, Pekka Rinne has retired.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sad to see him go.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was time, realistically.
He had his one run there. What he should have done is he should have went the Dominic Hasek way.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to win it with Buffalo. You're not going to win it with Nashville. No matter how hard they try, you should probably ask for the trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's get into Mr. Ken Holland here.
Fuck Ken Holland.
The Oilers have traded for Duncan Keith from the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for Caleb Jones and a 3rd-round draft pick. This is why I said there might be a rant, Andrew, because I want you back in here.
Okay. I got you. I got you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're on opposite sides of this trade here. Andrew thinks it's a good trade. I think it's an absolutely horrible trade.
I saw this conversation.
There's no way. Duncan Keith's what, like 37, 38, something like that?
Oh, yeah.
There's no way you pay a 37, 38-year-old $5.5 million.
No.
At the end of his career. Sure, it's great leadership and everything, but at best you're getting a second-line defenseman for $5.5 million. Absolutely ridiculous, and you give up a 24-year-old defenseman that's making $850,000 and a 3rd-round draft pick. I would have maybe given a 3rd-round draft pick if Duncan Keith's salary was being half retained by Chicago.
Yeah.
Can I take Andrew's spot for a second? Just
Go
a
ahead.
second here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that same argument was made in Pittsburgh about Murray, and look how that worked out, dude.
Yeah.
When
that is fair. That is fair.
That's why they let what's his name go to the Knights.
Fleury.
Yeah, Kim.
But I mean, to be fair, Fleury was still a really good goalie.
Yeah.
Fleury was still a really good goalie. Keith is a terrible defenseman right now.
Now, here's the other side of it, though. The only reason, I agree with you on the payment. I went back and looked at it because I was holding on to it because I was like, no, they took a pay cut. Like, it said a couple places they took a pay cut. And then when the whole details came out and there was no pay cut, I was like, it's really hard for me to defend you guys kind of here the whole way. The only thing that it is, that's the one thing, is the leadership, right? He does still
but you
throw
could
the
get
body. Leadership
from a younger defenseman and not pay the
That's
$5.5 million.
what I'm talking about with Fleury and Murray, man. Murray was not the leader they thought he was, and that's what's happened since they got rid of Fleury.
Yeah, but see what I'm saying is in free agency, there are proven defensive leaders that you don't have to pay that much to.
That is true.
And for goalies, too. I mean, they thought that Murray was going to be the better leader on the team there. and he did not become that. He did not become Fleury.
Now, just quickly for all the fans who are also watching this too, I am pretty sure Adam is not necessarily big into the hockey, so he's just riding this one.
Yeah,
I off on you, Adam.
Well, I'm just enjoying the conversation. You guys have tons of knowledge as far as when it comes to the NHL and hockey, and I enjoy being on your show. Trust me. So
appreciate it. I do agree with you though, Alex. Like it's hard. Like if they would have give a second and said you got to take like $1 million or $2 back, and we will still give you a second. I think it would have been a little bit better. But you've lost the fan base here a little bit, or at least one half of the fan base. To that, it's like you did trade for an old fucker.
This to me was just a typical Ken Holland trade.
Yeah, it is. It is a typical Ken Holland trade.
I gotta go back to
fuck Ken Holland. Yeah, where's Cal Yacey again? There. Johnny Deans. Fuck Ken Holland. Fuck Ken Holland. Corey Perry's a bitch. I'm gonna make a song about that. I just need to get a keyboard and make sure I don't copyright anything. I can agree with you on that. Do you have anything else besides?
I got a few more.
Yeah.
So Brendan Carlo of the Boston Bruins resigns on a 6-year, $24.6 million extension. That's a really good move by Boston. One of their young defensemen locked up long term. Jeff Skinner waives his no movement clause for the Sabres, is able to be picked up by Seattle. I don't see it happening though.
I mean, if they can find themselves like a team that's really, really cheap without having to revert back to Buffalo, that could be intriguing, but it would have to be something else. Like you definitely have to, it would have to be very drastic. Like you would already have to have your Stanley Cup team and then be like, fuck it, let's go get Jeff Skinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Keith Yandel was bought out by the Panthers. Still had 2 years on his contract. What's Bishop from the
Ben Bishop?
Yeah, Ben Bishop. Thank you. From the Dallas Stars, waives his no movement clause. He can be picked up by Seattle.
Whoa!
So look for them to protect Hugh Dobin, probably.
I think Teresa just put some breaking news in the chat there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. What was this? A new look and a new name. New Orleans Saints expecting same successful Superdome experience. Fans. New look, new name. I'll have to check that out there, Teresa. New sponsor coming for the Superdome. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very nice there, Teresa. Thank you. Thank you for that, actually. I like when the stadiums get the new ones.
Hey, Andrew, I'm going to have to pop out. I got storms brewing in. I'm going to go set up back inside, and I'll be back on. I'll be back.
Sounds good, buddy. We'll get through the news, and we'll get you back on for the mock draft.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Just a few more things. Yep. Ryan Graves of the Colorado Avalanche was sent to New Jersey. The Devils have sent back Mikhail Maltsev and the 61st overall pick in the second round. Colorado needed to move a defenseman so they could protect all theirs that they wanted and get a second-round pick back.
Yeah.
The Canucks are expecting to lose Alexander Edler in free agency. That was one of those defensemen I was talking about that you could have got your proven leadership with.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see where he goes. He's probably chasing a cup at this point. The big news last night, this isn't the breaking news I just got, Nick Leddy is now a Detroit Red Wing. I was kind of wondering what Johnny was going to say about that because we're talking Red Wings.
Buddy, I'm okay. So let's quickly so Adam, me and Alex are both Red Wing fans.
Huge Red Wing fans.
And we'll just say for our fans that you're a Red Wing fan too now. Johnny can't take a little rain. This one, I'm still looking at it like, is it? Is it good? Like I like having Nick Leddy. I really do.
Yeah.
If we're competitive, though.
To me, how I look at this is, and I think you posted this last night.
Mm-hmm.
If we re-sign him, like to an extension, it's a really good deal. If it's just this 1 year, 5.5, and it kind of depends how Ponick plays and who they get out of that second round pick.
Because if you're gonna dangle him at the trade deadline and you get like a second or first back,
yeah, good on you. Yeah,
okay, that's cool. That's looking towards the future. I'll give them that, but it has to be either that or it has to be an extension. Because if we just have him for the 1 year and he's gone, and we gave a second to dump Ponick's contract to have Nick
and
Leddy,
we're retaining half of it.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. So it has to be one of those two. I would look to see maybe the Red Wings just say like 4 year, 4 points, or no, he made 5.5 last year, so he probably want like 5.7, which I could see the Red Wings doing just to make sure they
got tons of money.
Well, we need
be our top pair defenseman.
We need it. And he's still 30, so I could
And what this says to me is look for Dennis Cholowski to be exposed.
Ooh, I said Svech.
He hasn't panned out, man, and that's another left-handed defenseman to take that top pair.
That is fair. I said Svech just because Svech has upside, but Cholowski I don't want to lose either.
Well, Svechnikov will be exposed. Cholowski will be exposed. So my guess is they'll protect probably defenseman-wise. They'll probably protect Leddy, Hronek, and I'm going Gustav Lindstrom. The up-and-coming defenseman.
Ooh, that's...
And then you look at it, and there's actually some decent players exposed, like Svechnikov, the young up-and-comer. You got Cholowski, who probably needs to change the scenery, and you got Stetcher there.
Well, and I'm on our site right now, to which to all the fans watching right now, you can go to nosportsdynasty.com. We do have a lot of articles that we've put up here, one being the Seattle Kraken expansion, which I'm going to right now. And I'm just popping up the Red Wings team here so that I can see what they would look like in that scenario. Yeah, okay. Because, this trade, because you said Stetcher. Who else? Stetcher for the defenseman there. You said Stetcher, Hronek?
That would be exposed? No. So to protect would be Leddy, Hronek, and Lindstrom.
Okay. So they would let Stetcher, Cholowski, Svets, Smith, DeKaiser.
So a lot of things I'm seeing, Seattle actually would like Lindstrom.
They're analytic. That's the one major thing about Seattle that I did put in the mock draft there, or the mock expansion, I guess you would say, is they're analytic. So they may build for 2 different seasons within one. The regular season game, where as long as we can get some guys to score 30 goals and be a third place or a second place in our division, then we're laughing, because then we have the second team, which is our goons and our big body boys and our perfect goalies and all that kind of stuff, to go and aren't you the greatest fucking wife ever? I love you. She just brought me coffee. God damn it. Sorry guys. Sorry, I lost my point there. But the point is, my point is like Seattle is going to build for 2 different seasons here, and they can do it very well. Like Ron Francis is not a dumb GM, and they've got a smart coach that's going to come in. They got a really dope arena. They got really cool fans already. So this is going to be really cool to see here.
I'm excited for Seattle though. Get in here.
How much do you have more? Because that would have been a nice trend.
I have one more.
Okay, what do you got?
The breaking news that I just got.
Yeah.
The Dallas Stars have re-signed Miro Heiskanen.
Yes.
8 years and an average annual value of 8.45. Big re-signing by Dallas. It was rumored that Colorado wanted him.
Yep.
So big signing by Dallas.
Oh, and I also have breaking news here quick, because I just wanted to go check on that. This one's a very interesting one. Pierre LeBrun has reported 14 minutes ago, all signs have pointed to the Seattle Kraken signing and selecting pending UFA goalie Chris Dreiger from the Florida Panthers as part of the expansion process. So that kind of also goes into what I was saying earlier in the article.
Yeah.
Look for Seattle to get him and possibly go at Washington for that other young goalie if they do expose him.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Man, that's
and I think they have to, because are you going to let – like, I think they would take Samsonov if –
and I know they'll protect Samsonov.
Yeah, I was like –
Vidasek go.
Yeah.
Or Vanasek, however.
Vanasek, yeah. Videk Vanasek.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that was Alex with all the news. We got some breaking ones in there because, we are getting to the countdown of all the teams having to get their expansion lists in within the next, I'm looking at it right now, that would be 9.5 hours, I believe.
Yeah, and then that gives Seattle 3 days to go after free agents.
So look for me tomorrow, if I'm not out doing a bunch of crazy stuff, to try and squeeze Seattle Kraken another expansion. It will not be as big as the first one because that took a lot of work.
And I'll finally get mine.
No, and that's fine. That's fine. You actually have a better you'll have a better system because you kind of know a little bit more of what's going and who's been moved or who's waived and who hasn't. So
well, and I kept like making it, and then all this shit would happen, and I'm like, okay, like start over. Like I was just like, screw it. I'm gonna wait till after.
So our guest here, actually, if you don't ever want to be a Red Wings fan, Seattle Kraken just started. That'd be a cool way to get into it. You know, you'd just be like, I'm going with the team that started it all, man. In Seattle.
I'm gonna take them as my second team for sure.
It's how we are too. So There we go, propping in right at the proper time. The NFL show, Jonathan, back in it.
I made it.
Good. So let's get into this here for a second before we get into the big mock draft. Everybody, we're going to do the mock draft in about 6 minutes time here. So get ready. We're doing Dynasty. All of us have made our picks of who we're drafting at, and you will see that here in a minute. To my American friends, I want you all to know something. You have it made. You have everything made to you. You are amazing. You have this big, beautiful country with a bunch of millions and millions and millions of people. All right? You have all this at your disposal. And what we don't have here is a cheap alternative to watch our sports. Now, I have joked before about a beautiful platform where we can see all of the fucking sports that I want to see. All of them. Not just football. I want to watch European soccer sometimes when it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm all baked and I can't sleep. I want to be able to watch Aussie rules football when the pandemic hits and there's literally nothing else to gamble on. I want accessibility. I want it all. And I want it to be there for me. I want it. All right? The problem is, I can't. Because here in Canada, we have restrictions, ladies and gentlemen. Massive restrictions. And these restrictions do not allow me to have ESPN Plus. And everyone's like, Andrew, why do you want ESPN Plus? It's not even that good. Like, there's nothing on there. You know what is on there? More shit that's available here in Canada. And cheaper. Don't you guys get it available on your Disney Plus as like a fucking add-on? You know how brilliant, you know how stupid and high I was when Disney Plus finally came to Canada and I thought that was an actual package that was included for us? And they laugh in my face. No, Mr. Faubert. You're going to pay $17 for Disney Plus, and we're not even going to let you watch Mulan for free. And we're not even going to give you ESPN Plus. You want to go watch your little documentaries? You're going to have to buy them for $82 for the whole season. And then TSN decided out of nowhere to finally give me 30 for 30s. That's cool. You know what I want to actually watch without getting in trouble? Peyton's fucking Palace or Places. I want to watch Peyton and his giraffe-ass looking neck throw footballs off buildings to people and fucking have a good time. I want to see it. I want to embrace it. I want to love it, and I want to coddle it. I would love nothing more than for ESPN Plus and maybe some other big fucking corporations to maybe put all of your sports together in one little TV package where there's the big four, and then there's like the other 3 or 4 that you love around it. See, Johnny loves the shit out of it.
I was hoping to get a reaction out of you.
Johnny loves the shit out of it. I want to watch it. You know what I get? I get 5-minute clips on YouTube, and then all of a sudden Marshawn Lynch is about to swear or something like that. It's like, oh, can't play that in Canada. Sorry, this is out of your jurisdiction. Fuck you, Trudeau. fuck you, Bell, Rogers. Okay, maybe not Rogers, because you're running my internet right now, and please don't do that in the middle of the show. But everybody else, fuck you. Okay? I want to embrace it. We got a whole nation here sitting here thinking the CFL is the greatest fucking thing ever because it's the only thing in their backyard. You know what could be playing in CFL games? NFL. And I'd be watching both. It's a great fucking show. You should check it out sometime. I thank you, Johnny. I would really like to. Without having to get a VPN and some other illegal ways for me to have to fucking watch this. All right? I can see Olivia Wilde stripped down to her cooter on HBO for fucking free on a show here. And it's advertised for me, which is awesome. Okay, I'm not necessarily complaining about that. But I want to see the other stuff that's being advertised by my friends here at Bucks Report and all the other platforms. Hey, Andrew, did you get to see the fucking golf game? We need to send Andrew a Peyton doll. Show us on the Peyton doll where they hurt you. Here. All I want is accessibility. I want accessibility. Is that how people get attention in the States? Is you just clap in people's face? I want accessibility. In a Saints uniform for the stud, you fucking get. I would burn that shit. My point is, I think in Canada we have lived here long enough and suffered long enough with your dumbass networks making me pay out the ass to watch baseball, making me pay out the ass to watch my shitty ass Red Wings when I just want to watch them develop. Don't you think it'd be just kind of convenient to allow the sporting world after the pandemic to grow with its audience? Don't you think kids should be able to see all sports and get into all sports? If someone wants to go play ultimate frisbee and make $1 million by hitting a 268-yard fucking forearm, whatever they call it, go ahead. You want to be Pat McAfee and kick balls for 8 years and retire and fucking make more money than half the NFL has anyway? Go ahead. But we want opportunities here too. And some of the opportunities cost me an arm and a fucking leg and half of my goddamn igloo. So please, for the love of God, allow me to have the accessibility that people in fucking Bumtown, Kentucky get for fucking $2 on the nose. And I gotta pay $1.50 and add some zeros. That was a nice little rhyme, and I'll end it there. Thank you all for coming in. That was Boobs' Rant. I'm tired of it, Johnny.
Pittsburgh tore the igloo down, man.
Fuck them. Nothing good has ever come out of Pittsburgh except Mario Lemieux. And to all the Oiler fans that are probably watching this, I still stand by it. If Mario Lemieux never had cancer and never had to leave the NHL, he was coming for Gretzky's fucking records, bro.
Yes.
Because he would have been at the tail end of his career and he would have been 100 goals away. And they would have, guess what? Here's Sidney fucking Crosby to assist you for the next 3 years. Okay. It's like a rejuvenation at that point. Fucking
They did reload pretty well, didn't they?
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, you get Gary Bettman becomes GM and all of a sudden oh, look at that. We're just going to give the Pittsburgh Penguins the first overall pick. Uh-oh. The Edmonton Oilers are in a financial fucking crisis. McDavid. Eat my ass. Give the Nordiques back, you son of a bitch. I hate it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you still have to love Claypool in the studio. I know we do. We always love the Canadian football players, no matter what teams they go to. But I would tell you right now, if Chuba Hubbard ever had to go to the Saints, I'd be pissed. I was a little irritated that he went to the Panthers, but I can at least deal with that. I ain't dealing with the ain'ts.
So, mentioning Chase Claypool, who's going to be number one on that team? Claypool or Juju?
So this is a good question.
I think Claypool.
This is a very good question. And we can answer this question, actually, by starting our mock draft.
Juju's always going to be a number 2, I think.
That was a sneaky segue.
Yeah, let's start this mock draft. We're about 40 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. The way that we're starting it, that's why we got our fantasy guru in here who can actually now participate because we've been talking hockey for a little bit, and I do apologize for that.
No, you guys are fine.
Oh, by the way, fuck Ken Holland.
Fuck Ken Holland. Yeah, that's the one thing that Adam's going to take away from this. He's going to go talk to his hockey buddies, and he'd be like, yeah, and fuck Ken Holland. Some Oiler fan's going to turn around and be like, what? Why? Who are you, Adam?
You got to do it right, though. You got to really emphasize that. Fuck Ken Holland.
Yeah, fuck Ken Holland.
Yeah, there you go.
My rant was good that day. I fucking hate Ken Holland. I really hate him because Daddy's. Hey, listen, I'll deal with all that shit if it means Daddy gets to come back home. So, all right. So the draft has started. We do have only a 10-minute limit on it, so don't worry. So we are going to be picking right now. So Johnny has got the first overall pick. I have grabbed 7th. Loosemore has grabbed 8th, and our friend Adam has grabbed the last pick at number 14. Everybody who watches knows how we do the mock drafts here. It goes based off of the North Sports Dynasty League that we have, basically a mirror image. It's 14 people in our league. This is a startup dynasty. And to all the people tuning in and still who are like, well, what is dynasty? You're keeping all these players. Every player right now, all rookies and everything are included in this draft. It's all startup. So
the only way they leave your roster is if you cut them.
You cut them, you trade them, you drop them, you whatever. Yeah. Or if something happens on the off season and the app actually takes it away, which has only happened one time. Aaron Hernandez.
So basically, go Homer all the way.
Sure. So this is one of the reasons why me and Alex have done this a couple of times. This is now 3.0. We are not going to repeat the picks that we have. We offered all the picks to our guests here, except Johnny. We kind of forced into the first pick because I wanted to see what he would do.
You're going to love what I do, bud.
Perfect. So
I'm kind of worried about what you do.
You know Johnny, what I'm all about right now.
So, Johnny, you can actually go and make your pick here in a second. We got 12 rounds. We have taken defenses out. Like I said, it's a mirror image of our league, but we have taken defenses and kickers out. So it's only going to 12 rounds. Startup league again. It's Dynasty, PPR, so points per reception. To all the people out there wondering that side of it.
I was wondering why Ray Kennedy didn't come in. You took kickers out. That's it. That's Ray.
Yeah, he was like,
yeah.
If I can't have suck up, I'm not here. So we are going to start this now. It is already going. Johnny is up first. You tell us, Johnny. There's people like Christian McCaffrey, Mr. Kamara, Dalvin Cook, Jonathan Taylor, and Saquon Barkley tend to be the 5 that are thrown in people's faces as the top tier running backs going into this. Starting up a dynasty in this spot as well. PPR means points per reception. You obviously look at Kamara, Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, and Saquon Barkley a little bit more, with a tiny little question mark on Jonathan Taylor with that. What's up, fellas? Happy mocking.
There's
nice.
Thank you, Alex. Here, right?
There he is.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. We're actually going to see. Oh, yes. I know, Kyle. I know in our league who has CMC. And I know that I was very close to getting CMC from you.
I almost got him too.
Yeah. But the Lion fan in our league took Kyle Pitts at number 2 in our league. So
the other Lions fan, there's 2 of us.
Yeah.
It's a rare breed, but there's 2 of us.
Yeah. And he's a violent Lions fan. Like, he will get into it. He's a fun one. He'll headbutt you as like a hello. He'll be like, nice to meet you. It's like,
okay, I want to start off, and I'm just going to try my damnedest to screw everybody up.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to take a quarterback here.
Wow.
I think I know who you're going to.
He does take Lamar Jackson first. And all I hear is ding, ding, ding.
Everybody's picked.
Yeah, so all the other teams after that are all computers. Johnny has decided to go quarterback, which me and Alex know best has happened in a couple of these leagues that we know of. And actually, our friend Kyle here. Side note, I actually love the Lions low-key. Listen, me and Kyle and a few of us, I think, at Bucks Report and just in general, I think when we think Lions now, we think of Alex, whether it's good or bad. But that also being said, it's the day that the Lions actually do good and do a playoff run, like I've said before, I'm not leaving Alex's side. He can get as drunk as he wants, and I will take him wherever he needs to go. He'll be fine. If your mom and dad are watching right now, understand that I will make sure that your son is totally okay. The rest of your kids are on their own. I'm only handling one of them, though.
Whose pick is it now?
So it is my pick. Just to go through this, Christian McCaffrey was taken second, obviously. Third, Dalvin Cook. Derrick Henry ended up going 4. That's a big surprise, but Alex Dado probably likes that. Nick Chubb went 5. Alvin Kamara fell to 6, which is damn, because I would have taken him. Now, to me, I have Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley as the 2 that I'm looking at. Cam Akers would have been another one had I not been able to obviously get Jonathan Taylor or Saquon Barkley. The 7th pick here, ladies and gentlemen, for a dynasty right now. If you're looking to get running backs, and everybody kind of knows this, you want to just have one. You want to make sure that you got one. He's young. They're going to use him for 3 or 4 years. You can make sure to have that spot just Johnny Dean for president from Alex's dad.
So I guess they are watching.
There we go. You want to make sure that you got one of those running backs. That's usually a big rule of thumb here. You want to make sure it's youthful. If he's going to be a pass catcher, you have that ability as well. Comparatively, if I'm only looking at Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley, they're equal to me, respectively. But also, one has the question mark based off of injury. When you look at the offense, their offensive power through the wide receivers down and the tight ends are respectively the same. So they may be still a 3rd or 4th option. So some people might turn around and be like, well, this is where you can go wide receiver. I'm not going to go that direction. That's not how it goes. For me, I always do this. It doesn't matter what league, unless I make myself the rule like I did the one time where I can only take the wide receivers. I love Jonathan Taylor. Hold on. Adam going Josh Gordon at 14, Lamar at number 1, JD. Yikes. Thank you for being on top of that right now too, Alex. I want Jonathan Taylor. I really, really do. But I'm actually going to go with the possible elite upside of what this guy can be with CMC, Dalvin Cook, and all that kind of stuff in the next upcoming years. I am going to take the risk and take Saquon Barkley only because I know. Only because I know.
Taylor behind that offensive line and you're not taking him?
I know. I still like the
that's
PPR.
A quick pick for me. I'm just Jonathan Taylor done.
For me, still, I want that PPR. If Daniel Jones is going to have to dunk it a lot more, I still think, even though he's still got a lot more offensive talent, that's just the way that I went. You're going to go Jonathan Taylor, which I kind of figured. Mm-hmm. Right after you, Team 9 goes Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson right after that. Patrick Mahomes goes to 11. Tyreek Hill, number 12. Cam Akers goes number 13. And now our boy and our guest today, Adam Panermo. Am I saying that right?
Perdomo. You're fine.
Perdomo. My apologies. He is going to get back-to-back picks here. He gets the last pick of the first round and the first pick of the second round. Me and Alex have loved doing this pick just because there's so many different ways that you can go. What are you thinking, my friend?
So here's the thing that's going on in a lot of drafts, and my opinion going into this situation right now. I mean, you got Ezekiel Elliott still available. You got DeAndre Swift. You got J.K. Dobbins. You got Aaron Jones. A lot of studs on this situation. A lot of people are not going running back. Don't know why the fuck they wouldn't go a running back in this situation. That is my opinion of stupidity. Wide receivers age, and there's certain wide receivers that are young that actually get to develop, a.k.a. Russell Gage at Atlanta. You know what I mean? Yeah. He may be a stud this year. And in this situation, looking at everybody on this list and seeing that nobody has even touched Ezekiel Elliott, I'm going to take the chance to go ahead and grab him. Because,
good pick.
Nice.
I mean, why wouldn't you in this situation? And
exactly.
Then I get Elliott. Yeah. Well, and then my second pick, which I get to draft again. This is the reason why I love being in this situation.
Oh, you're gonna kill Andrew.
Here we go. So I still got a choice of DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, Aaron Jones, Najee Harris.
Mm-hmm.
So with youth being a factor in a dynasty league, I am going to take the chance of picking up Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Good back-to-back picks, man.
And those running backs are now solidified for you all the way through, essentially. Especially Najee, like Ezekiel, the big question mark everyone says about Ezekiel is, what's going to happen after this season? Is he getting cut or is he getting traded? Guess what? Even if he does, whatever team takes the chance on him is going to allow him to be that bell cow once again. And he's still got 3 or 4 years respectively on those tires. So AJ Brown goes right after Najee. Stephon Diggs, DK Metcalf, Calvin Ridley literally could have fallen that far to me, which is so depressing. DeAndre Hopkins, and now Alex gets to pick. I think I know exactly where you're going just because it's Dynasty, and I know you would be like, well.
I want to, but I'm not so sure.
I know, because
I was like, there's still – so my boy Swift is there.
Yep.
There's still J.K. Dobbins. There's still Antonio Gibson.
Yep.
Joe Mixon, Austin Eckler. Oh.
All right. That's enough reading.
This is a tough one because this is like middle of the second round, and you're still looking at some players that could have
really good running backs,
right? And some of these players could have still gone in the top half of the first round, let alone none of the tight ends have been picked. So when you're looking at this, a lot of people already are like scrambling, like, oh my God, Travis followed me. Oh my God, right? This is where the panic starts settling in for some of those type of players.
No, I'm doing it. I'm taking my boy.
So he has, that's what I figured. He is going to take DeAndre Swift. So this also as well, guys, this is not even close to a Tampa Bay Ray pick. This is a pick right here that even if Alex wasn't a Lions fan, this is straight up value. The Lions have 3 targets next year that Jared Goff is going to look at right off the bat. It's St. Brown, I would argue. Right off the bat.
He's probably going to be their number 1 receiver.
And then he's probably going to look towards Hawkinson. And then he's going to look towards Swift. And maybe even Swift and then Hawkinson, depending on the coverage and depending on the play.
Yeah.
But that offense, if you can get that value, because even if the Lions only win 5 games, okay, some of those games they're just going to give it to Swift and be like, all right, just run it out then. And that's value for you.
Am I up now?
Nope, this is still me.
Andrew.
Okay.
Because now I do want to oh, man, you just leave.
Andrew, you got some good selections there, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it sucks. Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
I think he should go running back.
Oh, I bet you think So the one rule that I have when it comes to these type of drafts, especially with Dynasty, is I don't like to draft anybody over the age of 31 in the first 2 rounds. That's usually been my rule for Dynasty. It's a good rule to have as well. If you want to go that route, some people do like to go with the vets and then pick up picks later on and redraft their team and build it from there, which I also like to do. Because I took the chance on Saquon Barkley, I don't want to start taking the chance on age or other injuries. So if I look at the opportunities that are around me here for the wide receivers, there's still a couple of number 1s, but I don't want to go those routes yet because I can deal with, 1As and 1Bs. I still want my other running back. And I want my running back. Mr. Steven Glasker, I hope you're watching because I'm making this pick specifically for you. Ryan Fitzpatrick has a lot of targets, and this guy's going to help him throw for over 5,000 yards.
I know who you're doing.
I'm going to go and take Antonio Gibson
Good
and get my other running back in there. I love that pick. J.K. Dobbins goes right after that. Aaron Jones. Travis Kelce goes to 211.
Wow.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire falls to 212. George Kittle goes to 213, which is another, okay. I knew that was coming, Johnny.
Yeah.
I knew that
as soon as you said stop reading, I'm like, I know where he's going.
So Johnny Dean here has the back end pick of the second round and the first pick of the third round here. He has taken Lamar Jackson with the first pick, which a lot of us is like, okay. But he goes here. He picks the running back that this is Johnny Dean's running back. Okay, he will die on the cross now with Travis Etienne.
Absolutely.
And he now gets Travis Etienne, who is going to develop with the guy that he got to go to college with. Is a very underrated pick around here. The fact that he fell, it would have been cool if you left him for 3.1 to allow that ADP to fall a little bit more, and it just makes it better for shows. But
with you around, no, there's no way.
Yeah, well, it wasn't gonna get to me anyway. So you do have the next pick, though. This is where it starts kind of thinning out, respectively. You still got some top tiers. But he goes and he decides to get the wide receiver out of the Chargers. A little bit older, but he's still got a lot of hop
with Herbert there, he's going to have a great year.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes, is he's got Keenan Allen, the wide receiver from the Chargers. The opportunity that he's going to get here because of Justin Herbert and the fact that they were like, you know what? Let's build the offensive line around him. We've already got the defense respectively set up. Let's go get him a new head coach that wants to utilize him and everything that he's got around him. Let's go see what it can do. Everyone knows in Dynasty, when Patrick Mahomes started going off, everyone started realizing, I need Travis Kelce, I need Tyreek Hill, and if I can't get them, I'm just going to go sweep the rest of the roster and see what I can go get. That's how everybody plays it. Now we're starting to get to that with the LA Chargers. I almost said San Diego. The LA Chargers are going to be competitive, and it's going to be one of those things where you start looking at Justin Herbert, and especially in these mock drafts, and you're like, who the hell is going to pick him, and where is his targets going to go? And it sucks because I just happened to look down. Joe Mixon went right after Keenan Allen to start the second pick of the third round. Josh Allen, Kyler Murray. So we got the running or the
mobile quarterbacks.
Yes, and the run on quarterbacks. There we go. Going on in the third round. Josh Jacobs goes 3.5 ahead of Austin Eckler, which that was the surprise for me.
Yeah.
And the fact that Austin Eckler didn't fall to me is a piss off because I would have just ran that 3 wide running back set.
Oh, yeah.
Not care. That would have been fun. And one of them is my flex. I don't care. This is an interesting one because
This is interesting.
Don't take my guy, Andrew.
There we go.
Too late.
Yeah. So this is where my toss-ups become, it is intriguing to have David Montgomery, maybe, but I can risk not having another running back until later on. The wide receivers that are out there, CeeDee Lamb has got high hop for sure, and he is young. Everyone rejects my trades for Terry McLaurin in every damn league. It's like they know exactly what I'm trying to build here. And I'm not going to take him having Antonio Gibson. Jamar Chase is sitting there, but it's also the bye weeks too. Having Saquon and Jamar Chase be gone week 10 would suck.
Yeah.
So I do look at the tight ends because you're still sitting there looking at 4 tight ends who would just, depending on who you are, it's still tier 1, or tier 1 is Kelce and Kittle, and then it goes to tier 2, which is Waller, Pitts, Mark Andrews, and Hawkinson. These are your next big 4 tight ends. And one of them is about to be mine. The only real question is, what matchups do I want? I have Hawkinson, and I love the high upside of Hawkinson. He's going to get receptions here, guys.
But then you got the double bye week there.
Exactly. So I am going to go. I'm going to take him, actually. I'm going to go the youthful way, and I'm going to see what happens with Kyle Pitts.
Oh, you jerk.
And that leaves loose.
Bastard.
Yeah.
That's the guy I wanted.
That's who everybody wanted, I think.
Well, and another thing, too, to think of is know the people that you're drafting with, right? So I know Alex is right after me, and I know he's a Lions fan, and I know that he's already got one Lions player. So if I force it, because I know he also wants a tight end there. If I force him to choose between Waller and Andrews, also looking at his draft weeks, that means he's going to have to go with a week 8 anyway. A week 8 bye week tight end, because he's not going to take Hawkinson as much as he wants him. If he's willing to do that in Dynasty, to have two of the same guys on his team, that's totally okay as well. But Alex also knows how to play this game, and he's right now pissed off because I put him in that situation.
Yep.
Alex, it's a mock, dude. Mess him up. Mess him up, Alex. Come on.
You have to act like this is also, say we were building it to start winning money.
Man, I got it, but I'm having fun with it myself.
Oh, yeah. Well, I already don't like your team because you got Lamar, so...
To me, you made this fairly easy by taking Pitts, actually.
And I know that as well.
I'm going to take the guy that I think fantasy-wise is actually going to be the number 2 tight end in the NFL this year.
Ooh, there it is.
I'm taking Darren Waller.
Boom. Huh. Darren Waller's got, I debated it. I definitely debated it.
I almost went Jamar Chase.
Adam's dead serious down here, man. He's got his game face going and everything.
Yeah, and he's staying quiet over there.
Yeah, right? So check this out.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, so check this out, ladies and gentlemen, just to give you a layup into Adam's picks here. CeeDee Lamb is gone right after the Darren Waller pick. Chris Godwin, the Buccaneers, gone. Terry McLaurin goes at 311. Jamar Chase, gone at 312. And Michael Thomas, gone at 313. The last pick of the 3rd round and the first pick of the 4th round falls to a man who has already got Ezekiel Elliott and Najee Harris. He's still got a lot of great players that he can choose from here. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do, my friend?
Well, I can go either way here because this is the reason why you want to, put yourself in a position. If you're the last pick, it's not the worst pick. You know what I mean? You have options. So I have an option to either go running back, wide receiver, or tight end. So in this situation, I am going to probably go ahead and pull the trigger on David Montgomery.
Nice.
Those are 3 running backs that I got.
Damn.
In the
That's a damn good trio.
And then just to add some volume as far as Adam is going to mess you all up.
Teresa, you're not wrong.
Right now, his team looks very good considering his flex is a starting running back. So, yep.
Yeah. So since the tight end position is kind of, you focus on Pitts. You got Darren Waller already gone. You also have Travis Kelce. Those are the top 3 guys that I focus as far as when it comes to fantasy volume. And at this point, you know what I mean? There's really no point of me pulling the trigger on a tight end right now. I can definitely wait and I'll take a chance. So I'm going to go wide receiver. As much as I hate doing this, but he's still on the board and I'm just going to pull the trigger on him. I mean, Mike Evans is still there.
Nice.
Might as well go ahead and pull up a number 1 wide receiver, even though Brady's going to go ahead and mix it up. But Evans is clearly probably going to be the 1 receiver on that team.
So great pick. The other thing I wanted to bring up about Adam's pick here as well, taking David Montgomery, having Ezekiel,
literally right before my pick.
It was. It was. Yeah, I see that. Ezekiel Elliott and Najee Harris both have the same bye weeks as week 7, but he gets to be able to throw a starter in David Montgomery into that already. So he saves himself while adding a lot of more firepower than people can actually get usually in a draft and at the back end of a pick. So he's already looking really good. Mike Evans has great upside as a 1A or 1B, depending on how anybody wants to look at it. I think it was, yesterday or the day before we were talking about it on Bucks Report there, where Chris Godwin is going to have high ceiling this year and Mike Evans. You want to have both, but you also don't want to have both. So being able to have one when it falls into your lap at a good value is something great. So right now I'm actually loving Adam's team because that's a scary team. Miles Sanders right after that picked Allen Robinson, Kenny Golladay, Amari Cooper. And the reason why Alex got so pissed off there, Justin Herbert.
I was going to go Herbert.
I knew you were. And then I was like, if he doesn't, I'm taking him. Justin Herbert taken. Damn. The fact that he falls to 4.6 in the Dynasty League is also really good value.
Yeah.
I've seen it a lot in mock drafts and other situations of drafts where people look at that 4th round and they're like, oh, I don't have a wide receiver, grab the best available. Or, oh, I don't have a running back, grab the best available. You should have been doing that already. You should have been setting your team up for the chance that Patrick Mahomes has fallen all the way down to the 4th, which is very, very rare. But, Justin Herbert is all of a sudden halfway through the 4th round. It's good value. So Alex is now also sitting there, 4.7. Your team right now has got 2 running backs and a tight end, and Darren Waller, DeAndre Swift, and Jonathan Taylor, a very, very good team as well. Probably need to grab a wide receiver here, but what are you thinking, my co-host?
I don't know anymore. I was so set on Herbert.
He got so discombobulated with that pick in front of him.
You did.
My pick, literally at round 3, I was like, okay, I'll take Waller, and next pick I'm going Herbert. So I was so set on that I didn't even look. So, yeah, I'm thinking got to go receiver now. DJ Moore to Carolina. He's only on a 1-year deal there. We'll see what happens there. I'm not taking him. I don't trust Ayuk to stay healthy. T. Higgins is a decent one, but he's a wide receiver too. Devontae Smith is interesting in Philly. Cooper Kupp for LA. Ooh, Jerry Jeudy, Chase Claypool. You know what?
Don't you do it.
Uh-oh. Do it, you son of a bitch. Do it.
I don't know which one you're telling me not to do it, but I'm going Jerry Jeudy.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank God.
Oh.
The higher he gets picked, the happier I get. Because like I've said before, and I'm going to hold to it, Jerry Jeudy he's almost a copycat, respectively. He's almost a copycat version of Julio Jones. Not just because his initials are JJ, and not just because he's come out of Alabama. When that guy's got a quarterback that can throw him the ball consistently and they can develop for a while, he is going to be so destructive. Good pick, and I hate you because that's exactly what I was looking at. All right.
Well, you should hate Team 9 then.
Yeah, Team 9. Like, actually, I'm looking at Team 9 right now. Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, CeeDee Lamb, and then Justin Herbert. Like, but then also, like, I'm also looking at some of the other teams. Like, Team 10
Team 10 took 4 receivers.
Same with Team 12.
Oh, God.
It's like, what the heck? All right. I'm up. I'm also kind of looking at the quarterback situation, but I'm also not because I know there's value now later on in the draft. The Lamars, the Josh Allens, the Kylers, the Patrick Mahomes, and the Justin Herberts. Those are the quarterbacks in the top 4 rounds. If you lose out on 2 of the players that you've wanted and you still want to grab a top-tier quarterback, those are the ones where it starts to kind of fall off. Some people think Justin Herbert shouldn't necessarily be in that conversation. Those people we like to call wrong. And we kindly ask them to leave.
No other word for it, right?
Yeah.
I do need a wide receiver. And this is where there is a lot still on the board. Mm-hmm. And it is good value around here. Around the 4th round, I still look for the elites, though. That's still just me. You look around the board, you still see what's there. Hawkinson and Mark Andrews have still fallen to me. I still even look at that, and I'm like, listen, that could be a flex position because Hawkinson is elite. And it would eliminate, the professor from getting any lesser chance of getting one of those tight ends. But I am going to take a wide receiver here. And I'm going youth based off of the team that I have right now. And I am looking at the matchup of the bye week. It all matches up on my team. I am going to take the speedster from the Philadelphia Eagles in Devonta Smith as my number 1 wide receiver taken. Chris Carson, there we go. DJ Moore from Carolina, Chris Carson, Julio Jones, Mark Andrews, Dak Prescott, all taken before Johnny here. Johnny could really stack up his team very well, which he goes and does with.
I figured
Chase
that was
Claypool.
The one you were saying don't do it.
Chase Claypool taken right there with the last pick of the 4th round. He can still take a top tier tight end with the first pick of the 5th round. This is why we do mock drafts, ladies and gentlemen. And not even that. Most mock drafts that you see are a 12-person league. This is a 14-person Dynasty PPR league. And there is still Hawkinson available at the 5 spot. And even if Johnny doesn't take him here and he's looking otherwise, more than likely the robot, which is team 2, which is actually a really fucking good team looking at that right now as well, would probably even stack up on the tight ends and go it. He did it. Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Jeez.
So let's look at this now. Mr. Johnny Dean, a player that I actually like as well, and a lot of people don't. Myles Gaskin, he is taken with the 5.1 spot. James Robinson still taken with the 5th round. Kareem Hunt taken in the 5th round. T. Higgins, Javonte Williams, Brandon Ayuk, and then it falls to me.
I can't believe that dude's still on the board.
And the problem is I don't need him. But now the question does become, do I to the fans, the reason why I'm sitting here very, very confused is because there's an option that's available, let's say for Hawkinson on the board. This doesn't usually happen, but if you already have a top tier tight end, you would just blow this away. And even if he falls to Alex may not even take him because he has a top tier tight end and he's a Lions fan and has a Lion player. So the fact that Hawkinson, if I don't take him here, would fall to 5'8" probably, or sorry, 5'9", is absolutely astounding.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, do I take him? The reason I keep bringing up Hawkinson is Detroit here, and Alex would put it very well, Detroit needs a year or two before they can start getting consistency and before they can actually start being a really good team, which they have the foundation to now do.
Well, let's start with being a good team in a couple of years.
Yes. But they got a good offensive line, and Alex will definitely rant that. If you guys want to see it, go check out the past episode. But, oh, my God. Just because Cooper Kupp is still there, Jalen Waddle, Trevor Lawrence.
There's a lot of really good options.
There's a lot of options in there.
Man, and I don't even want to take this long to make this pick. I'm like, because I like to.
I started this out just wanting to goof, and now it's getting serious.
Right?
I'm like, okay, shit.
Adam is like, listen, like his team has slowly become good, and he's like, listen, hey, leave Hawkinson there. He falls to me, you're all screwed. And the way that some of these teams are drafting, it might happen.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going only based off of my team because it's Dynasty. Man, I'm going off of another guy that I want because of youth and there's opportunity there. I know there's 3 people on that team, but I am taking Deontay Johnson.
Which I think clearly he's going to be the number 1 on that offense.
I'm starting to think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that I can get
fair.
a more than likely one of the 1A, B, or C in the 5th round is good. Like Cooper Kupp is still there. Jalen Waddle is still there. This is more of a conversation for Alex now. Kind of laying it up to Alex. Lockett is still there. Thielen, Woods, they got. There is still some value on the wide receiver side. Like, I mean, you definitely go Samuel, right? So
can't pick Lockett. He comes up with too many zeros.
Yeah, like he comes up with 46 points, awesome, and then 0-0.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
That's because DK's there.
Yeah, and is DK is gone, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He went second and 2-4.
2-4? Okay, that's right. That's a little high, but okay, all right. Maybe I am too.
Well, D-Hop came off the 1st round too. I was like, oh no, man, he did not.
D-Hop was 2-6.
Yeah, D-Hop was 2-6. It's
DK went off before D-Hop.
Yeah.
Oh
which
shit!
is ridiculous.
Yeah. So this is a hard one because even now you're like, but I can have Hawkinson.
Well, I'm like, that's the thing. I'm like, do I take the tight end away from Adam? Is Adam even thinking of going Hawkinson? Like
exactly.
I'm
Does
like,
he even fall
I'm
that
playing
far?
these games in my head, and then I'm like, well, there's so many. Like I don't know.
Right. But also at the same time too, your team does look really good. If you had another wide receiver or another running back, it does start to become in that elite tier where you're like, man, what do we just start doing against Alex every week to week?
Well, I wanted Cooper Kupp, but him and Judy have the same bye
Your boy
week.
Chenault's still out there.
Who?
Yeah,
Chenault.
I do like Laviska Shenault. Yeah, when we get to those utility players towards the back end of the 6th, I think it usually is. That's when we're gonna have some good conversation.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hope the guy that I want is still there next round. I'm blocking Hawkinson off.
Nice. He does take Hawkinson. The value is still there. Double tight end set. One goes into the flex. It is a risk only because he is a Lions fan, and now he does have 2 Lions, and it is 2 top elite tight ends, right? But it is also really cool to see. You can use one of them in major trade baits if you need something. Cooper Kupp, Joe Burrow, Robert Woods, Russell Wilson, Jalen Waddle, all gone before Mr. Adam Perdomo gets the 514 in the 6th one with 3 top-tier running backs and a 1AB, we can call it, in Mike Evans on his team already. Where are you looking, my friend?
Now, Adam, were you going Hawkinson if he was there?
No, I was gonna wait on tight end.
Fair.
I was definitely going to wait on tight end. It's just, I'm not saying that, the top 3 tight ends that I mentioned earlier, those are the guys that are going to be the money makers. They're going to give you the points. You know what I mean? And at this point, you can pretty much just wait and see how it pans out.
There are still some really good tight ends there.
Yeah, this is going to be really, 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 really tough in knowing how I want to go with this, because you also got to look at age when it comes to quarterback as well.
Yep.
If you want to keep somebody, because once somebody starts reaching that peak in age, I mean, injuries start to affect.
They've been taking quarterbacks off the board, but nobody has touched Trevor Lawrence for some reason.
No, but right now he is the highest ranked. He is your ADP, like he is the 67th ranked on Sleeper right now for player overall. And it's by a mile. Like it's Trevor Lawrence at 67, and then it's Jalen Hurts at 85.
Lance is still on there.
Yep.
Is he?
Yep.
Lance is ranked 98.
Fields, Rodgers, Hurts, Lance, Watson, Stafford, just to give you guys a couple few. Tagovailoa, Zach Wilson. Alex's favorite, Ryan Tannehill.
He played fairly well for me last year.
Yeah, he did for me in a couple leagues too, man. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, shout out to all the people tuning in right now. Subscribe, like, share the show. We got our guests on the NFL show, 2 hosts of the NFL show, and Alex Loosemore, who also does North Sports Dynasty here, as you see, with Johnny Dean, the professor down below, and Adam Perdomo, who has been hopping on the Over and Under show with Harry the Greek and Tampa Bay Ray. Shout out to both of them because they also introduced me to Adam Perdomo and his co-host, I guess you would say, Alex Dato. They write up great articles if you guys want to see paragraphs about some of these teams coming up with fantasies. They got great paragraphs put it out on Facebook. I went back and watched or read the Colts one. I think the Colts one was fantastic. They got a couple of other ones that I'm keeping to myself because they got some really, really good content in there that other people don't need to see. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to get
taking a look.
Yeah, if you want to get some good, they got some good stuff in there. And that's what we do. That's how we win the championship.
Well, looking at his team, I can tell.
So I'm going to go ahead and let's see the team, because let's be honest here, and this is the way I play fantasy. I play to win. Week and week. I can give a shit about bye weeks. Of course, you don't want every single player in the bye week, but if you have the opportunity to at least win these type of matchups, and you guys will know what I'm talking about, I'm just going to pull the trigger on this, and it's a mock draft, so
of course.
So I'm going to go. Lawrence, definitely take him off the board because
very good.
Bye week number 7.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that would have been a dangerous week for you to miss or to not have your guys in Zeke, Najee, and Trevor.
But but also like the fact that he still got David Montgomery and Mike Evans to still be in like starting roles later on. Some people don't even get that, right?
There.
Yep. And then the next pick that he gets too, like he still can get someone in there to make sure that he can cover those, right? So
yep,
absolutely. And let's take a look. You know what? Even though I'm gonna probably go ahead and put this guy because he's probably going to be a number 2. But you know what? Tyler Lockett, why not?
Yeah.
Good pick.
The value at Tyler Lockett in the 6th round, whether it's the top or the end, it doesn't matter. That's good value for him. And the fact that his wide receivers now are 1ABs anyway. Like his top 2 wide receivers on his team are now Mike Evans and Tyler Lockett. And he's got Trevor Lawrence, and he's got his 3 running backs right there. The only thing that he doesn't technically have right now is a starting tight end. And already I'm looking at that team, and I'm like, that's the team that I lost to last year in the big league. So just add Alvin Kamara to that mix, and it's like, fuck. So right after that was DJ Chark, which I'm high and low on, but we could talk about that a different day. Noah Fant, Juju, Ronald Jones, surprisingly, at 6.5. Adam Thielen. Then it goes to my buddy and my co-host, Alex Loosemore, sitting there at 6.7. He's got the double tight end set right now, which is really cool.
I'm surprised that Jones is up there and Leonard Fournette's way below him.
Yeah.
Some people still see Rojo as the lead back, right?
He's not the dual threat that Leonard Fournette's going to be, though.
Nope. I agree. But what we think compared to what the general populace does, right? And that's why we try to influence the general populace as well. We want to make sure that our fans are drafted appropriately because they can find values in these rounds, right? Like, for example, is one of these tight ends being taken messes with the algorithm of the app, which they're all trying to represent other players. And all of a sudden it allows Adam, for example, when he's sitting at the back end, to be able to draft an elite team that he could have also been drafting with the number 1 pick, right? So it's really cool to see the values that you're starting to get. And especially with Alex here, what are you going to go with? There is a lot
he's sitting there like all calm and stuff, so he must have
the guy I said that I hope he's there next round is there. I think he's Baltimore's number 1. I'm taking Rashad Bateman.
Nice. Good pick. It is.
I've been debating taking Bateman, and then I was like, I started out with Lamar, so I'm not going to take another one off the same team. But
it's the only rookie that Loosemore is taking. He's got a couple second-year players, which is fine, third-year players, which is also good. But he's finally got the rookie. And it's like, I like that. You get Jerry Jeudy and Rashad Bateman, both 1As as well.
Mm-hmm.
So good value getting them. Me, on the other hand, this is where I would tend to look at just starting to get backups, but I am a little, low on my running backs. So this is Dynasty. Now that I've got everything else that I want, I've looked at the wide receiving core, and I can still get good value with some of these players coming back to me. The only one that is on there right now that I would like to reach on, but I'm not going to do it, is the guy that we were talking about earlier in Laviska Shenault. A lot of us are very
I thought about it for you.
Yeah,
I thought you were doing it.
A lot of people love him. I mean, Adam, obviously, if he can get him to come back to him, now having Trevor Lawrence and being able to have more than likely Trevor Lawrence's eventual number 1 guy and the number 1 quarterback for like 3 or 4 years, obviously is going to be beneficial. I'm not going to reach on that, though, because I do need another running back. And because this is Dynasty, and I know Johnny's coming up here, and I know already he asked the question earlier of where's Trey Lance? Now, I'm not taking Trey Lance. But I am definitely making sure that he does not get Trey Lance's safety blanket. So I am taking Trey Sermon.
Bastard. I wanted him next round.
Chase Edmonds goes, Michael Carter, A.J. Dillon, Odell, and Cortland Sutton. And then Johnny gets to end out the 6th round here with extreme value still on the board. Like, holy crap. And we're only in the 6th round. This is dope. The rest is going to fly by now. This is awesome.
Oh, man, I know this guy has been around a little bit. It's not that long, though. This is only 1 contract. I'm taking Hunter Henry. And there's a reason.
Good pick.
There's a reason for that, and that's because of the scheme in New England.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that pick.
That is a good pick.
They lined up the tight ends for a reason. If Bill Belichick goes back to that 2 tight end set, man, then it's going to be on.
So now that you've basically covered all of your, starting positions, you can literally go any direction now without technically, say, any repercussions, which, unless you start playing and stuff like that, there's never any repercussions to drafting your own team. So
Right.
What do you got, my friend?
I'm just looking for a block here.
Oh, no worries, no worries. There is, like I said,
a lot of who we want to take him.
Right? A lot of wide receivers still here. His quarterback is Lamar Jackson, but that top wide receiver is gone. Still some really good wide receivers on the board, though.
I'm really not that high on. I wanted to take Chenault just to mess with you, dude. I really did, but I'm not. I can't even make myself do that one.
No, I didn't. Like, even as a joke, you're like, now I'm taking this too seriously. I can't do it.
A little bit too seriously. And nothing you took really hurt me, so I'm not going to be.
Oh, I knew. Like, because if I had left you Trey Sermon, you may have just said, screw it, I'm grabbing Trey Lance and Trey Sermon and just locking them away for a bit, which is also a good idea in Dynasty. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Why is you know why? I know why he's not taken yet. It's because nobody knows who the quarterback's going to be.
Who are you talking
about?
Who
are you taking there, my friend?
I was talking about Tanyan. I was just wondering why he was still on the board.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Tanyan's a good pick, for tight ends. You already
That's
got
literally my only question mark with him.
Yeah.
I think I'll take me another running back.
There you go.
Hey, Canada.
yeah, okay. Not bad. Debo, he takes Chuba Hubbard, the Canadian. Me and Alex love because he lives basically right beside us, essentially. We right after that was Debo, and then Laviska Shenault doesn't fall to anybody. Raheem Morris, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts. It goes to me. I can go a bunch of different ways. I am taking a wide receiver here, and it's going to be quick. I know exactly who I'm taking here. It's Michael Pittman. I'm going to take Indianapolis's probable number one wide receiver going in. And even though Carson Wentz didn't get the jersey number, he's going to get that guy over 1,000 yards, and he'll probably get him a few touchdowns. And then he'll probably just give him the damn jersey number. So Alex is now back on the board.
Man, there's some damn good wide receivers still here.
Yep.
Like, to me,
you may start to lose value in some of the running backs, though, because James Conner, Damian Harris, even Drake, but I would stay respectively away from that unless you can get it another round. Mike Davis is still there. I don't know why they got Melvin Gordon ranked so high. I don't want Melvin Gordon.
Neither.
Not at this round anyway.
It's hard to pass up on some of these receivers.
Mm-hmm. Boyd,
like you said, the running backs are kind of running dry here.
Yep.
Still got Fournette out there.
Fournette's in that
kind of who I'm looking at for running backs.
Because it is the Tampa Bay offense. And that's the other thing, fans. You just got to look at some of the offenses that are going to do really good next year and the targets that they will acquire. Like Leonard Fournette is going to see the field, and he is probably going to get a couple of touchdowns. Whether it is passing or running, it is still yet to be seen, but he is going to get you touchdowns.
He's still listed as a starter, too. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pulling the trigger on that.
There you go.
Fournette.
So he does take Fournette. And Melvin Gordon right after, I just don't understand, but sure. Tyler Boyd, Mike Gesicki, Mike Davis, Aaron Rodgers gone in the back of the seventh here at 713. And Adam is up again with a very scary team. The only position he does not have technically drafted right now for starting is tight end, but he has double picks right here. Still, a lot of wide receiver value on there. There is still 2 to 3 top tier running backs on there that he could take, and he can literally take all of them.
Adam, do you have your quarterback?
Yep, he's got
he has Lawrence.
Okay, that's right.
I've also looked at his team there too, and I'm sure he knows. It might be a little bit early, but he knows that he can get Ezekiel Elliott's backup in case anything ever happens to Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. There's many different ways that he can go here and still have a stupid starting team here. Adam, what are you thinking?
I'm surprised this guy's still on the board. I mean, he's young and he's definitely a stud of a wide receiver. I'm going wide receiver. So I can't believe he's still there, and I'm just going to go ahead and let's see.
Don't do it.
I'm just going to go ahead and keep adding to my team here.
I hate to do this because, well, I mean, there's a couple options I can go with. There's 2 wide receivers I'm looking at, but, because of the bye week situation.
I was just looking at that too, yeah. Because then all of a sudden you're – sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to go off of chemistry here, and I am going to pull the trigger on Robbie Anderson.
Very good.
Just because of Sam Darnold being in the Carolina offense, I mean, those guys already got their chemistry built in New York.
Exactly.
It's pretty much, a no-brainer on that one.
That's what I was looking at for a receiver last round.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Johnny, I am probably going to take your boy here and pull the trigger on a tight end, and you'll see exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yep, I see that. So Robert Tonyan, a very good pick because that is Johnny's boy. Johnny is very high on Robert Tonyan. If you want to know Johnny's
not as high as you would think, because like everybody else who left him on the board there, I don't know who's going to be throwing the ball to him.
Right. He does like Robert Tonyan and he does like Travis Etienne. That's I'm gonna make that Johnny 2 guys because he doesn't shut up about those guys.
I'm gonna give you a lowdown on my first pick.
Yeah.
He's probably the most valuable player in the draft because he gets 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards passing every year. I mean, he gets those yards passing every year.
Yep. So. Yeah, Mike or not Michael Vick. Sorry, Lamar Jackson.
Now here comes Rick Hughes.
Yeah, Rick's gonna come out of here and be like, "How dare you?" No. Justin Fields taking Zach Moss, Damian Harris, Deshaun Watson, Trey Lance gone right before Alex.
Man, I was gonna take Damian Harris here.
Yeah, but you still got there's still a couple. It just depends on what you kind of want to do now. But you are up, and there is still value across the board on a lot of different positions here. A lot of rookies.
Patrick, man, where's he at?
Yeah, Steven, do you want to hop on the app and tell us exactly where Ryan Fitzpatrick is for us, please?
Come on, Steven.
Where the hell? He's 217.
Oh, God.
So, speaking of quarterbacks, I am going to take mine now.
Ooh.
I think he's got probably 5, 6, 7 years left to being a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm taking my boy Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I knew that.
I knew it. Yes, finally.
I was gonna take
How many
Burrow.
Lions do you have on your team now?
Well, he's a Ram, first of all.
He's a Lion.
I have 3.
He's a Lion. How dare you? No, yeah, I was probably taking Stafford there.
I was gonna take Burrow when I took Hawkinson, but I saw all the quarterbacks sitting there, and I was like, no, I can wait a few rounds.
Yep, that's true. Yeah. That is also true. Damn you, dude.
And I love Stafford in that McVay offense.
What did I take last?
I am taking it just based off the fact that I want to make sure that I have as much value in my flex as possible. I'm taking James Conner at 8-8 there. Starting running back of Arizona going into next season. Just gotta. Corey Davis, Curtis Samuel fallen only because everybody else was looking at that bye week there. Will Fuller, Elijah Moore, Kenyon Drake, and now it falls down to Mr. Johnny Dane, who goes 8-9 here.
No, I'm not taking.
Here we go.
What I got here?
Right. And we are getting to the end of the draft here, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to be going a little bit faster, just obviously because the picks become a little bit more
I hear you.
Oh no, not you, Johnny. You're good. Don't worry. Just to all the people who are like, oh, why would they go a lot faster here? Now we kind of know who we want. We have our teams picked. Now we're looking at value that we all think is going to be valuable to us later on, based on bye weeks now, based on, for example, what I did is I have a non-proven starter of a running back, but this is Dynasty, so I need to get another starter just to make sure I'm good for this upcoming season. A lot of people would just start taking rookies here just to get the best chance of the rookies and leave the vets until later on. A lot of strategy goes into the end of the draft here, but what you will usually see is a lot of people start drafting a lot faster. But when you do have these end picks, it becomes a little bit more trickier for, say, like Johnny and Adam, respectively, because now they're like, okay, there's so much talent there for me. Now I just don't know which ones to choose from and leave for other people.
Yeah, and you got to risk that the guy you might want with that third of the picks is going to be there all the way back.
Well, this is where you put up or shut up when you do your mock drafts.
Yeah.
Right?
And Jesus, man.
And you don't Miles is technically the starter and Travis is technically the backup. So you don't have technically a starting running back, but you could get Singletary, who would just help you out on that. You could go Gainwell, because the possibilities of him would be really, really high. I
could go there.
Oh, Terrace Marshall.
Terrace Marshall is also a good pick. Yep.
Good.
You also say, fuck you, Faubert. I'm not listening to a damn word you say.
I'm just going through my mock drafts, dude.
Oh, no, I know. But yeah, there is still a couple, I guess you would say, starting running backs that are respectively on the board. But we are starting to get we are getting to the very low.
I'm going to make Mr. Loosemore happy.
Ooh.
Oh, and he doesn't take one. He just goes Amon St. Brown, Detroit's #1 technically wide receiver. Value at him in the 9th round is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give it minutes to that. Irv Smith, Logan Thomas, Rondell Moore, Jarvis Landry, and Brandon Cooks all gone. Now I'm just going to grab my wide receiver. There he is. He's got a couple years left in Chicago because Allen Robinson's not staying past this year. I am going Darnell Mooney so that him and Justin Fields could get that chemistry going, and I think it is going to flourish. The fact that I get him in the 9th round, tail end of the 9th round, is quite nice. I'll take that over Rieger any day.
I'm going a receiver as well, and my third receiver is going to be the 1B in LA. I'm taking Mike Williams.
There you go. That's a good value too. Mike Williams, that trade that I was talking about behind the scenes earlier, I said included Mike Williams, and he's just the value is going to fluctuate, just like having, say like Tyler Lockett. I just use him as an example because last year the 46 points, and then everybody traded for him, and it was 0-0. It's like, fuck you. So right now it goes Marquise Brown, Michael Gallup, Devin Singletary, Tua, Henry Ruggs is taken, and then the last pick of the 9th round, the first pick of the 10th round falls to Adam with a dominating team already, and he can go any which way he wants in Dynasty here. He can go youth. He can just keep adding to his team that's already probably going to win or at least compete in the Final Four for if this was a Dynasty league. He's already got a really good starting squad here. What are you looking forward to, Adam?
Oh, I'm probably going to pick another wide receiver here just because of Robbie Anderson being a little bit and Mike Evans getting up there in age. So I'm going to go with youth here. Definitely a good slot receiver coming into the 2021 season. So I'm just going to pull the trigger on my boy.
There it is. Yeah.
Kadarius Toney.
Good pick.
I can't remember.
Tony was still in there, man. I should have been paying attention a little bit more.
I saw that earlier when I was about to make my Darnell Mooney pick, but I was like, I bet you the computer might pick him. And then nope, fell all the way to him. And I'm like, yeah, that's where it is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to probably surprise a lot of people with this pick, but I'm going to explain why I'm picking this guy. So I'm picking another running back, and he's definitely a young guy. I am going to go with Rashad Penny here. And
there he went. Shit.
Here's the reason why. Rashad Penny, if Chris Carson does go down, Rashad Penny is definitely a hell of a back.
Yes, he is.
And he can definitely ball out. So I'm interested to see if Chris Carson does go down to see what he does this season.
That is a really good pick because if Carson goes down, like I've always overlooked Penny because I'm like, nah, they might throw some other guy in there, but they always do revert back to Penny. I mean, and his youth does kind of make it good for Dynasty because even if he doesn't get another chance there, he may get another chance somewhere else. So that's a very good pick, and getting your hometown boy there on the Giants, Tony, on a draft like this would be awesome as well. That's a good pick. Rager, Kenneth Gainwell, the back-to-back Eagle guys are gone. Pat Fiermuth, good tight end, gone. Tony Pollard, Hines, Alex is sitting there. What do you got, my co-host?
I don't know. There's some good receivers still left.
There's always good. Like I find that there's going to be good receivers all the way down into the 10th, 11th, 12th round. Like Devontae Parker is still technically the starter in Miami.
Yeah, he's going to be one of the 3 receivers that's on the field to start every game.
Yep.
And then you got Denzel Mims.
I love Mims.
Gabriel Davis.
I love
Diami Brown. Christian Kirk. Russell Gage.
And just so everybody knows too, Gabriel Davis is one of those guys that you could have gotten at the tail end of a 4th round in a rookie draft and just benched him for a little bit and waited until Cole Beasley and John Brown were gone. And that's where you started to get your value. And that's exactly what I did. He was literally in the free agency waiver wire claim that I made. He was a 4th round pick by somebody and they dropped him for a starter. And I got James Robinson, Gabriel Davis, and Myles Gaskin all in the same week in one league last year. And I went from basically having a shit team to, okay, I can compete with the guys by one free agency waiver wire. So just you got to pay attention, guys. That's all you got to do.
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking there at, Alex?
To me right now, it's between Mims and Davis.
Ooh.
Take man.
And you know what? I'm going with the quarterback I trust more. I'm going Gabriel Davis.
Okay, so then I'm actually going the other way. I did not think I was going to get Mims, and I thought I was going to. I would leave Gabriel Davis for another round. That's just personally me. The value of him being a Buffalo Bill right now is obviously extreme, but I am going Mims because the development with Zach Wilson may actually turn to him and Elijah Moore being something that, say, Tennessee has there with A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. It might just be a great 1-2 where it's not 1A, 1B, it's 1 and 1. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Denzel Mims, Baker, Zach Wilson, David Johnson, Phillip Lindsay, Gus Edwards. Johnny is up back to back.
Back-to-back Houston running backs were picked.
Yes, they were too. I would have taken Phillip Lindsay before David Johnson, but that's just me. Johnny.
Oh, longevity.
You only got 2 more picks in this round, and then we got 2 more rounds technically after that. Now, like I said, it's just picking up the rookies and the scrums that you want to have on your team, taxi squad guys, all that kind of stuff. The other advantage in this, guys, is if you're doing this startup dynasty draft, anybody that you take technically right now, depending on what league you would start. When we started our league, I said you can throw anybody on the taxi squad, but they only just stay there for a year. So when you have the startup, you can throw people in there all you want. What you looking at, Johnny?
Stuff and things.
Okay,
I can't be a jokester without doing something stupid, but it's going to get me a year.
Uh-oh. Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, I thought you were going Fitzpatrick.
I wanted to. I really did.
But you already got Lamar, so why even, right? So Rob Gronkowski taking
you need a quarterback for the bye week.
10th round. That is true. And then you're 11-1 here. So first pick of the 11th round is going to go where?
Do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do that.
Maybe you do.
Are you sure? He's still. I don't know why is he still on the board.
What you got?
Too late. I already took a tight end. I ain't gonna take another one.
Yeah, you got 2 of them.
Were you talking Komet?
No, I was talking about Hooper, man.
Hooper.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Hooper. Troutman is still there. Ingram.
Jonnu
Smith. Yep. I like Troutman.
To me, Komet's my guy out of those.
Yeah, I know because you traded for him, but I didn't necessarily want to give it to you.
I really don't want to do this because I don't want to hear another rant from Andrew, but got to, man.
Fuck off with your New Orleans pieces of shit. Latavius Murray taken with Johnny, just getting another running back in there because he does need them. Devontae Parker taken right after. Ryan Tannehill, Tyler Higbee, Evan Ingram, Jonnu Smith. It goes to me. I do want actually a proven tight end, and there is a little bit of value here. And when I say proven, I want another young guy to throw in just in case Kyle Pitts does really good and I want to move him around. To that, I am taking the Chicago guy here. I know it's going to harm me having Mooney as well if they both start doing really, really good, but I'm not having a New Orleans Saints guy on me this early. I'm going Cole Kmet. Alex is up.
To me, I'm looking at the running backs, and it's pretty much all backups now.
Yep. You're maybe looking at get players just in case you one of your starters goes down with injury.
That's exactly where I'm looking. I'm looking at that, like Detroit's offense this year. I'm getting another line.
Oh,
that
wow.
Running back tandem, I'm going Jamal Williams.
That's a pretty good one. For the value at the tail end of the 11th round, that is actually really, really good.
Tom Brady.
Madison goes, Adam Troutman, Tom Brady. Yep. Very good actual place for him. McCole Hardman, J.D. McKissick. And now it falls to the last two picks of Adam's startup Dynasty League team where it's got some youth and it's got some eliteness and it is pretty damn scary. And he can also make it scarier with some of the players that are still available.
Well, definitely late in the draft, and I definitely want to have somebody on there as far as covering the bye week. So with a great offensive line in front of him, and I think I'm not too big on him according to my article, but I think I'd rather have him on my team than Jalen Hurts, as we talked about on Wednesday night. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on Carson Wentz.
Oh, cool. That is a good one.
11th round. That's a good pick.
And to have it just in case Trevor's injury prevents him from starting for a couple of weeks there, that's a good cover as well.
If Carson gets back to form with the coach there, then
as a person,
damn good value.
As a person in this who took Michael Pittman, that would be great.
And I'm probably going to add another wide receiver on this round. Another guy, I think he's going to be the number 2, my opinion. But besides Atlanta's offense is definitely going to be moving with Kyle Pitts, but as far as the second wide receiver,
guy we talked about earlier.
Come on, take a tight end. Go get Tim Tebow.
Russell Gage. So that's a really good number 2. Like that's
there goes Hooper.
Basically a dedicated number 2 for sure. Austin Hooper, right after that. Antonio Brown, another Buccaneer. Darrell Henderson, Tariq Cohen, Zach Ertz, the tight end taken right before Mr. Alex Loosemore can take his last pick.
So to me, I'm looking rookies here.
Uh-huh.
And there's an interesting player still there to pair with my quarterback.
Oh, very good.
I'm going to go Tutu Atwell.
I thought he snuck under the radar there. Nobody talking about him yet, man.
Shit.
I didn't talk about him on purpose. I wanted him right there.
The one thing for all the fans out there, understand this, Tutu Atwell and another guy that may get brought up here because he may actually get drafted before. He's not going to get drafted by me, but he may get drafted before we end this draft. Tutu Atwell is one, and Javion Hawkins is another. Go check out our top sleepers articles that we wrote. We have written up about both of them. These guys, just the pairings and the opportunities that they're going to have. And we call them, they're the smaller ones. They look like Darren Sproles. They look like some of the Percy Harvin, or not, Percy Harvin was like 6 foot, but you know what I mean? Like some of these smaller guys, Braxton Miller. I always throw him out there and people are like, damn, Faubert, why? Damn. Why you got to throw names like that at me? Like, no, why are you doing that? So those are the two guys that we like. That's why I do like this pick. He's got Matt Stafford. Now, I am taking a quarterback here because it's my last pick, and I haven't taken a quarterback. So I want to make sure in my mock draft here that with this stack team that I do respectively have, a lot of good backups, a lot of good starters across the board, I am going to respectively say suffer at the quarterback position. It's the one thing that I can.
I don't necessarily think you are, man. I think
that's what I'm getting at. Is some people think, well, I'm not getting Stafford or I'm not getting Dak Prescott or Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen and blah, 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 blah. Well, look at some of these quarterbacks that are still available to me here at the end of this. If I wanted a rookie, I still got Mac Jones. Mac Jones has randomly been thrown into my lap if I want to go the rookie way. If I want to keep a good starter, Matt Ryan is still there, Sam Darnold, even Jared Goff. But I actually want to go with a guy that I think is going to be underrated. The only reason he
Ryan
did not
Fitzpatrick.
No. The only reason he did not get drafted or is not getting drafted highly and it's fallen all the way here is because he got injured. He made a little blip last year in a run that is a lot better and a lot longer than any other running back has ever done in their fucking career. Not only am I making this pick because we have a big fan of the Giants here on the show and our guest, Adam Perdomo, I actually love this value at the end of this draft. Give me Danny Dimes of the New York Jets, 12th overall pick, no matter what. I'll take that as my starter. And you just add that. To run it out now,
starter?
He's my starter.
Yeah, he didn't pick a quarterback until here.
And I get him as my starter with all that talent that's around him for this year.
I thought he was on his second quarterback and he was going to look for Trask.
No, definitely not. So Naomi Brown goes right after Mac Jones, Amari Rogers, Nelson Aguilar, Nico Collins. And to round it up, Johnny gets the last pick of the draft. Where are you going so we can end this out?
I got to find him again. If he's still there, let me see. Collins, I got Rogers, Jones. Somebody took Jones. You must have talked him into it.
Mac Jones was taken right after into the computer there, yeah. They ain't going to leave you no youth except for Jordan Love and Jameis Winston is there.
Sam Darnold's still young.
No, there's one more in there. There's one more in there.
Kyle Trask. Kyle Trask.
Don't tempt me, man.
I think Kyle Trask has to wait another year or two, so I would personally have gone Kellen Mond if you gave me another round, but that's just me. I'm also not having anybody dangle Kyle Trask in front of me for trades.
Wrong one. I almost screwed up.
We'll wait a couple years, Andrew.
Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about Dynasty. Alex has Kyle Trask in our league, and he's going to dangle him in every trade. He's just going to counter and be like, how about Kyle Trask too? And I'm like, you fucker. What are you taking, Johnny? He has taken Tyler Johnson. That's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Great pick.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Mock Draft 3.0. To give a quick update, Johnny's team consists of Lamar Jackson, Travis Etienne, Keenan Allen, Chase Claypool, Myles Gaskin, Hunter Henry, Chuba, Terrence Marshall, Amon St. Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Latavius Murray, and Tyler Johnson. It's a pretty good team.
Especially for someone that was going to fuck around.
Yeah. And then he got a little serious at that point. I took Saquon Barkley, Antonio Gibson, Kyle Pitts, Devonta Smith, Deontay Johnson, Trey Sermon, Michael Pittman, James Conner, Darnell Mooney, Denzel Mims, Cole Kmet, and to round it up with my quarterback, Daniel Jones. Loosey Goosey, Mr. Loosemore. Got Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, Darren Waller, Jerry Jeudy, TJ Hawkinson. He went with the 2 tight end set. Rashad Bateman, Leonard Fournette, Matt Stafford, Mac Williams, Gabriel Davis, Jamal Williams, and Tutu Atwell. My personal favorite team of the night, not even trying to suck up to the guest here. I just love this team. This is a damn good team. Adam drafted Ezekiel Elliott, Najee Harris, David Montgomery, Mike Evans, Trevor Lawrence, Tyler Lockett, Robbie Anderson, Robert Tonyan, Kadarius Toney, Rashad Penny, Carson Wentz, and Russell Gates, while having the last pick in the first round of a startup dynasty draft. That has been fun, gentlemen.
My only question with Adam's pick is Zeke Elliott. That's been bugging me ever since. I thought you came out there joking.
No. I mean, if he's still on the board, Johnny. I mean, honestly, after all those rounds, I mean, why not pick him up?
Right.
I mean, he is definitely he's definitely
you took him in the first round, didn't you?
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, but he's still like that offense is ridiculous, man.
It's stacked with a lot of individuals, but Zeke's production has been dropping off a lot, man, and I don't see him as a long-term guy.
He might, but he
might.
Look
at me. I took Gronk. So
yeah, but like I said earlier too. Ezekiel Elliott might end up, getting traded or having to leave eventually, but he's going to be the bell cow somewhere else anyway, right? So
I don't think so. He doesn't have that ethic, man. He don't have that work ethic to me.
Yeah, I mean, you throw him back on Houston, he doesn't have to go anywhere that, far from where he's at. He might do it.
And he might screw out even more.
All right, Johnny. Before we end, what you got? What you got there, Kyle?
Oh, okay.
Or Kyle. I saw Kyle was posting that. Maybe a discussion for another show. But what are the starting quarterbacks do you think are going to be the next 3 years? Goff, Brady, or Jones? Are gone? Oh, gone.
Like
in the
who do
next
you?
3
Yeah,
years.
any quarterbacks that you think aren't going to be the starter in 3 years?
It would be
All
Brady.
three.
If you say 3, it'd be Brady for sure.
It's all three, actually. Oh,
No,
maybe
Goff.
not Goff. Maybe not
Maybe
Goff.
not Goff. And Jones, he's meaning
Daniel Jones. Like I
Daniel
think
Jones.
if it all depends on this year. If Jones performs well, he's going to be their guy.
Yeah.
But if he struggles, you're going to have a higher pick, and you can go get your quarterback next
There's
year.
no if he struggles about it. He's got the ghosts in his head, man.
yeah, but that,
No, they don't. That don't go away, man. That don't go away. One. If they have a series where he gets hit constantly, it's going to come right back, dude.
are we talking Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
Daniel Jones didn't see ghosts. That was Sam Darnold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, I was
bad,
gonna say.
dude. My
I was
bad.
about to
Come
throw
on,
that
man.
to Adam, but I was like, no. Wait a
I
second.
wasn't thinking about New York Giants. I was thinking about the
That's okay.
Jets and
The
South
only
Carolina.
thing-
Well,
the only
that's
thing
another one
yeah.
that could be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jacob is not on the show.
Yeah. The only thing that necessarily sucks about Daniel Jones is he could have had the longest run of a quarterback ever, but then he just slipped. But also at the same time, too, he was going so fast that he probably didn't even realize he was going so fast. So
Yeah, I do like Jones. My bad.
do
I had
too.
him all.
that's the
I had
reason
him
I got him at the end of that draft, at the end of the mock draft there. So I still love this because she's not wrong. Teresa, you were
Yeah.
correct. If you would have put money on there at the beginning of the mock draft, I would say A+ goes to Adam's team. This is also the reason why I love having the last pick.
I really want to do a mock draft one day where we just pick the worst choices we can think of.
Oh,
Well, really, really soon here. Actually, I'm going to be working on this behind the scenes a little bit tonight because I do have a little bit of free time tonight. And
No way.
we're going to be talking about it just after the show here is done. Is we do have a couple of actual leagues that are going to be started up here. We do have the Bucks Report League, which is just a single season league, which is going to be started up here really soon, or at least the emails will be starting to get sent out here really, really soon. We are more than likely, it actually depends on a couple people getting back to me. We do seem to have another interest in maybe starting up another Dynasty league for North Sports, and maybe me and Alex run that one as well. So we are looking at that, but we will see how that goes. But
Well, if it's in an actual league, I'm not going to fuck around, dude.
What's that?
If it's in an actual league, I won't
Oh,
draft it. I won't. Be
Oh yeah,
screwing
no.
around.
If it's an actual league, like we would make that advertised all along. Like we would be telling you, like, hey, Lamar at number 1 may not necessarily be the pick you should be making here, but I don't want to tell you how to do your job, right? So,
Well, I don't consider Lamar a quarterback. I consider him a dual threat.
Mhm.
yeah.
That's true.
He's
You
a
have
weapon.
dual threats, and then you have the running backs and the quarterbacks. And if I'm going to pick a quarterback, I want the dual threat quarterback. I won't pick him at number 1.
True.
But I might now that you saw me do it once.
We are going to
give
have
away some strategy there. Who knows?
True. We are going to have the redraft of shows. So me and Alex are going to team up and try to go up against a couple of other shows, just minor ones. But we do want to start throwing it out there to people. We are going to throw an invite to Adam and Alex together to run one. And it's just going to be redraft. We won't do Dynasty yet until we obviously have a lot of interest in something like that. And then, we are going to do just another redraft one for North Sports. We're just going to throw it out there and be like, anybody want to do one that we're going to advertise this year? Blah, 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 blah. I've already cut myself out of a few other leagues to make sure that I can pay attention to these ones because I obviously want to dominate the big 3 that I'm in for Dynasty, but I want to take everybody down when it comes to the redraft as well.
I will also invite you guys one more friggin' time, Andrew.
That's it. I know. I'm ready.
Send me your email and I'll add you to my fun league. It's a fun league.
We have a fun league that's more set to be helping beginners and stuff like that too. So
well, this was a little more advanced than just beginners. It's for average player. It's for average player.
Poor Matt.
And the draft is August 10th. So
Perfect.
Oh, it's August 10th? Okay.
yeah.
All right. So this has been a 2-hour show. Johnny, tell everybody where they can find you first.
You can find me and Alex both here. The NFL show. That's Thursday nights at 9:30 until we're not at 9:30 no more. and then you can find me all over Bucks Report at what's happening in NFL, and on my homepage. I ain't on Twitter, but it's such a long Twitter handle, I can't tell you it right now.
Yeah, I've seen yours. Just look for the Albert Einstein. If you really want to find Johnny, just shout out me or Alex, and we'll tag him in something for you, and you can follow him there. So, Adam, thank you.
And Adam, you're welcome to join that too. That NFL club. Just send me your email.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. I appreciate it.
Adam, thank you for tuning in today and joining us. Tell everybody where they can find you, and also shout out to your other co-host there, Alex Dado, for stopping in at least one point of the show. And thank you for doing the mock draft with us again today, buddy.
Yes.
No, gentlemen, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Andrew, Alex, for inviting me on the show. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram on Adam Perdomo Rivera on Facebook and Adam Perdomo on Instagram. Alex Dado and I are doing all 32 teams of the NFL, underrated players, overrated players, X Factors. And you can also catch me on Wednesday nights on the Over and Under Harry the Greek show with Ray Kennedy. You'll catch Alex and myself, and sometimes Andrew will pop in there, and we discuss football and all kinds of sports, and we're just pretty much sports freaks. So I can't wait to be on the show. Pretty soon I'm going to be having my own show with Alex, double coverage. We're just trying to figure out what day we're going to have, and we're definitely going to have Andrew and Alex part of that, hopefully here shortly.
Sick. Yeah. We'll hop in, tune in, all that kind of stuff. You know how we love it. We love the big sports family that we started growing here as well. Shout out to Bucks Report as well for getting all these guys in here. Shout out again for you for coming in, doing this mock draft. Shout out to the other co-host there too. And really guys, go check out all the write-ups that they've been doing. Again, I'm not telling you other ones besides the Indianapolis Colts one really stood out to me as one that I think you should go read because there's some good stuff in there. The other ones have some other really good secrets that I'm not telling you guys about. They already know about it because they wrote them. But
I'm going to go find them.
Yeah, go find them. Yeah, you're going to read them and be like, oh, shit. Yeah. So thank you again, Adam, for coming on, buddy. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
All right. Thank you again.
Thanks again, dude.
All right, so we had our first guest with me and you, buddy. I mean, obviously Bucks Report and stuff like that. We've had those guys, but we've had another outsider come on. He's not necessarily an outsider. He is a Bucks Report through and through now. He's been on the Over and Under. So shout out to Adam Perdomo for coming on.
Yes.
Shout out to his co-host, Alex Dado, for doing really good work. Shout out to Johnny Dean for popping on.
Yeah,
sir. Coming on and really fucking around in that mock draft for a little bit. And then he was like, everybody's taking this seriously. Damn it. Look at these sons of bitches. So shout out to everybody for tuning in too. We had a nice little influx at the beginning. 2-hour show, guys, 2-hour show. This is great. Remember, all the bets are down below. Let us know how you've been doing on the bets.
You got Phoenix tonight.
I got Phoenix tonight. It seems the home teams are winning. Just because of these fans being back, I think the fans are going to run it to Game 7, and then it's going to go to Game 7 and be Phoenix as well. So I don't think it'll be Bucks in 6. It might be Bucks in 7. Who knows? But I still think Phoenix will probably win it in 7. So
I'm looking Phoenix in 6, but
I'd
love for it to go 7.
I would too. That would be really cool, especially for just sports fans all around.
Johnny Dean right at the end.
Tuck it all in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in. Remember to follow me and Alex at Andrew Faubert and at North Sports Dynasty. Alex, where do they find you at?
Alex Loosemore on Facebook, at Loosemore65 on Twitter, and then all the North Sports Dynasty pages, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
Yes, and we're going to be throwing some articles out there pretty soon, too, on fantasy. We are going to be doing a little bit more just behind the scenes. Like I said, I'm going to be working on getting a couple of emails set out to a few people here in the next couple of days on getting a couple of other leagues set up. Because now is the time to start doing it because everyone will just start doing it in August and they'll be all crowded and stuff and we'll be way ahead of the game. So that's what we do here. We're going to make sure that mock drafts, fantasy leagues, and betting lines, all of those things here at North Sports Dynasty are just nice and smooth for you guys. Well, to the best of our abilities. Remember, we're just only two fucking Canadians, all right? Most of you guys are Americans and you love us. We're like big old Canadian fuzzy teddy bears, which is usually called polar bears, but you don't want to hug them because they'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in. Alex, to next week where we finally have getting episode 20.
Yeah. That is a big one next week. Seattle expansion draft happens. The NHL draft will be happening as we go live.
Yep. We are literally going to, we'll talk about that we'll talk about that. We might go live depending.
Well, it goes Friday night and all day Saturday.
Friday night and all day Saturday.
Or we could go live Wednesday night for the expansion draft too.
I thought about that, but work might prevent me from doing it. But Friday, I would be good for possibly a show if we want to cover the first round and Seattle Friday, because Saturday morning I'm going to be drunk as fuck.
That's right.
Yeah, are you coming Friday? Wait, hold on.
I gotta see. I'm supposed to be going home to visit my family, so we'll see.
Tell him to screw off, because then you can just come here and we can do a show.
Well, that would be interesting.
Well, maybe not screw off. Don't, I love your mom and dad and all of them, okay? But yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, we'll talk about it. We haven't planned this. Like, literally, guys, I quit my job, okay? Alex still works there, okay? We don't talk anymore until we get to pop on here, the couple little email exchanges that we do. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. We'll let you know what's going on here soon on our Facebook pages, Twitter.
Oh, you've done it.
Mom, I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to. Oh, no. I mean, but, like, can I just have your son? Like, I just want to party with him. I haven't been able to party, and your son hasn't been able to party. Like, it's bullshit. But if you need him, that's fine. I understand. I get it. Jason is. Oh, Jason is. Okay. Oh, no. No, Jason, I'm sorry. God. All right. I guess you're not coming to the party. No, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. It's been a great episode. 2 hours, mock draft, everything like that. Next week, no matter
what you've done.
You can't ground him. He lives on his own, dude. Lives on his own. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to get grounded. She's just going to ground me for, maybe. Anyway, thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. We'll talk to you again next week. We'll find out exactly what the days are. Follow us to make sure that you know exactly when the days are. Subscribe, because the videos, or at least the link for YouTube, will always be posted a little early for us now that we're starting to get a little bit more professional. So thank you again. Love you all. Ciao for now.